What's going on, everybody? Welcome back for another edition of Starfighter Gaming here on the Starfighter Podcast channel. Of course, we've got Nick, we've got Ethan, and myself, Dom. How you guys doing?
Pretty
Doing
good,
great,
man.
Awesome. We're here today to give a little character breakdown on the new. Oh, that's awesome. On the hopefully, we're here today to give a little review on Kazuya, the new Smash Ultimate DLC character. So while I get that going, actually no, before we give some initial thoughts, something really noteworthy for this little introduction, and I try to kind of like speed through it as fast as I can nowadays because it kind of gets redundant. Subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, all that stuff. We have to do it, but we also are kind of trying to make it faster. But something noteworthy here, guys, because we want to thank you guys for helping us get past that milestone of 100 subs. We really appreciate that. And also, I've been wanting to say this. Believe it or not, there's a lot of people out there that don't understand YouTube's terminology when it comes to subscribe. It is equivalent to a follow button on Instagram or Facebook. So you're not giving us any money by hitting the subscribe button. It's just following us so that you are, so that you get our shows when you open the app on your feed. You see our shows there that you can check out and kind of like stay up to date with our stuff. So hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends about us. Also, you can download our stuff on the podcast feed, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and that helps us out quite a bit too. But yeah, again, thank you so much for helping us get past 100, and we're trying to continue to plug away there. And we should probably do something special for this milestone too. So Ethan will be coming up with that maybe, or the two of us will come up with something fun, maybe like a special giveaway or something. But yeah, guys, let's get right into it. While I set up the arena, I'm going to take it down here, guys.
All right.
So while I set it up, if you guys want to give some quick initial thoughts on Kazuya, that'd be great. Maybe we can start with Nick.
He's amazing. The end. No, like he's very slow. I think I watched a YouTube video earlier today. I think he's the 8th heaviest character. So it's kind of weird. He's like a weird hybrid heavy character, but he's just like he's not like Bowser or King K. Rool where he's super huge, like wide or anything. But yeah, his moves are slow. He's got super armor. I mean, in my opinion, he's a really cool character, and I'm glad that they brought someone from Tekken in because, again, I think I may have mentioned this before, but Bandai Namco, they helped make this game, and it was surprising that they only had Pac-Man as like a representative. So now that they have someone from Tekken, it just seemed like it took a long time for someone from like Bandai Namco to make it in. So it's very cool that they have Kazuya. Very fitting that they had Kazuya too. So that's my thoughts. That's a quick take.
Very nice. Ethan, did you have any that you wanted to share?
Yeah, I haven't gotten too much play with the character yet. I've been pretty busy, but from what I've seen of the character, has a lot of potential in general. It's actually funny. I think this is one of the few times the CPUs are like really onto something. And maybe we'll talk about that more. But the CPUs, if you throw a level 9 Kazuya on, like it's insane what you can do with it. And so I think this is one of those characters where it's just going to get there's a high skill cap, and I think it's going to take a while until we see someone like reach it.
You were saying that the CPU for level 9 Kazuya is pretty good?
It's like footstooling. It's like half the combos. Like it's insane what it does. And I think a lot of pros, if a CPU can do that, I'm curious what the pros will come up with. So, but on a casual level, I think it's just a super nice, different character. Kind of like Nick mentioned, it's like a heavyweight, but it doesn't feel like it at the same time. So it's a fun character, and I'm excited to see what happens with it.
Hey, what's up? Got a newcomer. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, totally agree with that. The code is the same, by the way, Ethan, and it's also in the private chat. And so we'll probably start out with a little bit of gameplay. Ethan and Nick can kind of start that up, and we will kind of talk a little bit about some of his move set, get into that, some techniques, things that are good, things that are not so good.
Sounds good. I'll just fight myself. Just kidding.
Ethan, go for it, man.
No shot.
I'm sure you'll win.
No.
I'm still trying to figure the character out. Oh wait.
Should I change?
Whatever.
Well, I'll change into a suit, so it's a little normal.
I forgot to change my colors as well because colors.
Well, I
make or break.
I changed the color, but it's just blue. It's no different. I'll go full on Super Saiyan.
Oh, you're going for gold? Nice.
Yeah.
Also, chat, if you guys have any input on Kazuya and Smash, or if you were a Tekken fan, or if you're a Smash Bros fan, let us know any of your thoughts or opinions. Maybe some hot takes out here.
So I guess one thing that I want to bring up is a lot of people call Kazuya Shoto. And not to be like that guy, right? Because it's like, he's not a Shoto, but technically he's not a Shoto. He's technically a Mishima from the Tekken series because there's a long line of Mishima characters. Obviously, Heihachi's one, and obviously Kazuya's one. Jin from Tekken, who starred in Tekken 3, is technically a Mishima. He's got like some moves. Anyway, but I give it a pass in this game just because he technically has a fireball. I guess he's got something that almost represents like a Tatsu that Ken or Ryu can do. Get obliterated. And anyway, call him whatever you want. Yeah. It's cool. But he is a Mishima for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, for Shoto, bro.
Oh. Claps back. All right.
Dude, I'm like still trying to I've played maybe 2 games against the CPU.
So that move right there, the command grab, super good if you can land it, especially at the edge of the stage.
Thanks a lot, Jake. You as well. Yeah, so something I wanted to mention right off the bat. I think his up smash is insanely good.
There you go.
Yeah, there it is. Out of shield, really good. Also, not just for your standard like KO power, but it's a very good anti-air. And so that's kind of self-explanatory, but for maybe some casual players, if someone's trying to approach you on top of your shield, using his up smash to combat that and kind of to counter that from them hitting you on top, coming down is like really good. It's a really good tool for him.
Also,
I feel like this is like an actual 2D fighter with how I'm on the edge right now. I feel trapped.
Also, the other thing is like the 10-hit combo. It's okay, but I feel like the 3-hit one, essentially like 1-1 pause and then hit 1 again. Like I don't know how to describe it. Other than that, I mean, technically there's only one button, so it's like you can't go 1, 2, 3, 4. But
did you see your cousin's comment, Nick? I'm sorry to interrupt.
Just like turtles. What? Did I miss something? I completely missed something.
I think he's just being. Oh, okay. I missed something too. It's because Alex said that he likes turtles. What's up, Alex?
Oh, what's up, Alex? I was like, wait, what? Did I totally miss something? Anyway, I think the combo that I'm trying to work with is if you do down. Oh, if I can land it.
Oh, I do want to
let
talk
you.
about that. I do want to talk about his 10-hit combo, which is it's put out by mashing the A button, the
Or holding
stand,
it.
or holding it. Yeah, and so a really good tip for you guys out there. And sometimes it's easier said than done, right? But the proper way to DI or to get out of that 10-hit combo is by holding down and then away. So that's something that I wanted to mention if you are doing like the Ditto matchup, or if
You're
you're
like
playing,
Nick, I'm talking to you.
or if you're playing some other type of character and you're going up against Kazuya, they're going to be trying to do that 10-hit combo quite a bit, and so you want to hold down and away, and then probably put up your shield right up, like immediately, or I would do down and away and then jump, and kind of like get out of the way, kind of go back to neutral.
Forward smash all day. Ooh.
Curious to know what Alex thinks about Kazuya, if you've had a chance to play him, man. Let us know. Also, chat, please hit that like button for us. We appreciate that.
Twin pistons? Uh-oh. So it's down and away?
It is down and away.
Nice. You have to hold block or anything, or no? You just
No, I
down
don't
and
think
away.
so. Alex says, wait, I thought it was called smash because you just smashed the buttons. I didn't know there was different combos. I'm really hoping you're joking, but at the same time, I'm sure there's probably a lot of people out there who might think that.
I don't blame him. That's how most people play.
Clicky clacky, as they say.
This move right here, this jumping retreat. I must not be doing it too early, or not be doing it on time. Whoops. Well, there's that.
It happens. This character, I think, is just really interesting. Like, for such a bulky character, I think it has a really solid recovery. And really good. Like, I think the mobility is awkward, but I think it makes sense. Like, it's a really hard-hitting character. Like, at first glance, I thought the character, like, definitely needed a nerf. But now, like, trying to implement stuff that even I've seen, it's just so hard to get the timing down right. Like, I've seen a lot of, like, neutral air combos, like, just on stage because of how easy it, like, spikes down. Like, just multiple, like, short hop neutrals. But it's actually really difficult to hit, like, a solid string of them.
This
Also,
move right here. Oh, I'm sorry. This
no
move
worries.
right here, while standing.
Yeah. How do you do that one?
So, okay, so in
I've seen a lot.
Tekken, they have while standing moves, which is essentially right when you let go of crouch, you hit the attack button. So that's how you get this while standing. Essentially, in Tekken, it's called while standing too, but we'll just, I just like calling it as while standing move.
What's the input for it?
Yeah, tell us the input again.
So if you're holding crouch, right, you have to be in a crouch state, and right when you let go of crouch, you hit A.
Okay.
So it's kind of awkward, but you can totally combo into.
Oh yeah, it's crazy combo.
A ridiculous amount of stuff.
that's a KO confirm I believe if you do the up smash and they're at high percentage. So I will say I still think that there's probably gonna be some nerfs, at least a couple.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But
another thing
I was going to throw this out there to you. I'm sorry,
Go
Nick.
ahead. No, you're good. You're good.
Keep interrupting you. I was going to throw this out there to you for the chat. If there's any questions that you guys have, the three of us have many, many hours in this game. Not going to lie, I am just shy of 2,000 hours in this game. But all of us have put quite a bit of time, and I'd say Nick has really good experience with a lot of these like fighting games, both from like 2D and Smash as well. So I think we can offer some good input here. We also, I mean, I definitely follow the competitive scene very closely, like watch the tournaments every week or every other week. And I know Nick and Ethan do from time to time as well. So if you guys have any questions, we'd love to try and answer some stuff too. That might be fun.
Oh no. I want the command grab, dude. I want to swag out. Come on. Come on. Come on, baby. Oh, dang it. Oh, dang it. He's going full Sakurai right here. Just fire beams. I think that's it.
Yeah, that's insane.
That needs to get nerfed, in my opinion. That's pretty wild.
Today is Wednesday, though. Did I say Tuesday or something on accident? I don't know.
It feels like a Tuesday.
Yeah.
I feel like
it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday.
Oh, I get it. I
Might
get
be.
it. I'm just not paying attention. Today is Tuesday. Is your cousin's name?
Oh,
Okay, so am I up with, or where are we at? Were you guys doing
Yeah.
kind of like a best of 3?
that's
Is
fine.
it-
You
Is it
can.
tied? Is it tied up, or what do you guys got?
I actually wasn't. I wasn't keeping track.
I think Nick got me.
I
We
guess
played 3 games, but I think he got the best. Either way, one of us got best. He got best of 3.
So
think I did.
I'll play Nick.
Okay.
And then I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about some more ways to kind of play against
Yeah.
Kazuya.
hmm
And so, yeah, Ethan, definitely throw in your commentary here, please.
I think main thing with Kazuya though is going to be timing, especially people that don't know the character. It's the same thing with going against really any bulky characters. They get they have long move startup, and not even long move start, but they get stuck in their moves for very long. So that's just gonna be how it is. Oh, you're playing Wolf. So yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see what happens going forward. But yeah, I think it's a really difficult character because when you're playing it, you feel like you can do a lot more with it, but you can't. And it's funny when you look in the characters, just like control set. There's so many different inputs. Like if you're into like an legitimate fighter like combo game, there's a lot of things you can do with this character. And Nick's right now, because I think it's once you get over 100% like Terry or other characters is rage mode.
Right.
So that's when he gets the red aura around him and he kind of just pops off for a bit. But yeah, there's a lot of different inputs you can do, but kind of like what you see Nick doing is the moves he has, kind of like someone like Ganon or someone of the same caliber, is they have high reward, but they're very risky. And so I think faster characters might be difficult to work around for Kazuya. And even though I do think he has a good recovery, I do think his offstage game could be relatively countered easily. Like I think of me playing like Fox or someone, but like, see, that's the one thing I haven't considered is if he hits you with that. But yeah, I think this is kind of what I was talking about the CPUs earlier. Is they're already doing like if you want to learn a character, you could check out like just fight or like watch what a level 9 CPU will do to you if they have the chance. Kazuya is one of those characters, like they're footstooling, which is like crazy technique that you rarely think about, but just seeing like what a robot would do to you is funny. So, but yeah.
I was going to mention too, because of what I said earlier about Kazuya's up smash being so good for anti-air, characters like Wolf, also Link is another one that does this. they tend to approach. A lot of characters do this. They approach with Nair on top of shield. I can't do that a whole lot as I normally would because I have to respect his up smash being so fast. So I'll approach with other stuff and kind of just mix it up, like with fair and F tilt.
But yeah, kind of what Nick just did though. He was on border right now, and he got back. So I think recovery capability of this character is insane.
Yeah,
for such a bulky character, you know.
Yeah, I was so used to Terry that I kept doing side B, but you can't do side B into up B. You have to pick one or the other, otherwise you lose it.
Yeah, for sure.
His strong suit is definitely off stage. A majority of the time, you can go for the up B, but if you're really close to the stage and and the character and your opponent is close enough to the edge, if you do side B and come onto the stage, you can get the stun if you're close enough, which can then lead into a bunch of things. You can even grab when they're stunned too, which is like really good.
Yeah, I think this character again is just going to come down to timing. So
right, yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yep.
Your cousin was saying something about you whooping him in Smash Bros with a Wiimote.
Oh man, like a long time ago. Yeah.
So that's really funny.
Yeah. I think it was all my cousins, and we were playing like just a 4-player thing, and the only thing I had was a Wiimote. And it was pretty funny. It's hard for me to like get in against Wolf.
Well, it's always hard with Wolf, but it's also Kazuya. At some point, we'll be much better with getting in there with Kazuya, but for now, it's going to be a bit of a struggle.
Dang. I played a lot of Tekken 3 in the arcade, that's how I was pretty much exposed to Tekken. But it's funny because Tekken 3 is the only Tekken that didn't feature Kazuya. He was in 1 and 2. The third one, he was sleeping in basically a volcano, and then he comes back in the fourth one
to throw people into a volcano.
Essentially, that's right.
Nice. Yeah, I never really got into Tekken. To be honest, I don't think I ever really gave it a chance, just because the fighter, like the 2D-ish fighters that I did play, I just wasn't good at. Like I played Injustice, I played all that. We were playing. I can't even count the Dragon Ball game that we were Fighter Z, because that's just like, it feels completely different for me, 2D. But yeah, I think a Tekken move works really well, and I think having a character like this complex in this sort of game that usually, like, seeing the huge list of just moves and inputs on Kazuya was like insane to me. Like, I'm like, there's 3 pages of this. And so it's just funny to see that in Smash Bros, because you don't usually think about it. It's like, all right, how can I string these up airs together or something like that? But I think he just has a lot more potential, even compared to characters like, Ryu and Ken, which they have special inputs, but not nearly as many as Kazuya.
I know, so crazy.
It's just funny seeing that.
Yeah, and Tekken's pretty notorious for like just having a character with just like 60 moves at least. Easy 60 moves. And even more. Like I said, it all depends on the character.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Kazuya, I'm actually really happy that he has a lot of his trademark moves, like Twin Pistons.
Yeah, for sure.
Is like a really huge move. Electric Wind God Fist, like that's all you see. Because I had Tekken 7. I still have Tekken 7, and I wish we would have played the stage with the music from Tekken 7. But oh well.
One day.
One day. Man, it's like I'm surprised that he was able to get as many moves in as he did and just tie them
Oh
all
yeah,
to 8 directions on the stick.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It makes me want to do stuff like it's hard doing that with a stick now too, like just stick, right?
Hmm.
Because you can't really do it. You can't do that on the D-pad. Um,
Right.
so yeah, it's interesting to see all that. Um, but yeah, I think again, like we talk about mix-ups and stuff in Smash Bros. And things along those lines, but it doesn't feel this. It never felt the same compared to any fighter, like true mix-ups and everything that you can do in just pure combos. Um, like there's strings, but sometimes they don't feel like the best compared to like the the usual fighter game. And so I think having Kazuya is like a solid middle ground between the two.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just crazy. Like I was not expecting them to have that many moves with a character like that. But I think when you're gonna pull a character from another like straight up fighting game, especially like Tekken, you kind of have to show up with everything. So
Yeah, and I'm surprised they put that 4-button move on a taunt. Like even Sakurai was like, "This is such an interesting move. I had to include it, so I put it on side taunt,"
oh my
which is
gosh,
which is so crazy. Like, because yeah, that move. I think it's just I don't know why he said it was a difficult input, unless I'm remembering it wrong. Because it should. I think it's just 4 face buttons.
hmm
But yeah, it's so crazy that he always does a good job of like making the character feel like you're playing the game that they're from.
yeah, for sure,
And definitely Kazuya, he totally feels like he's from Tekken. Like I feel like I'm
yeah,
playing Tekken, or getting into like a Tekken mindset whenever I'm versing somebody.
yeah. I feel like playing. I don't know. It's weird playing in Smash because like in our rounds earlier, it's like I felt like I need to move slower. Like you need to kind of think everything out a bit better rather than just going in and trying to pop off. But
Right.
yeah, I think he's definitely. I think he's a really cool DLC character. Like I think that's what I want from DLC characters, just for them to be very different. Um, and I think that's a really cool thing that they did with him. But yeah, it gets me thinking as to what else they could do. But yeah, I think I'm not disappointed at all with the character so far. I think it'll be really interesting to see what they do with him in the future. And there's just so much like untapped potential with him, like in even like just how he is in like Tekken, like any fighter is. I think there's just so much untapped potential in this character.
Oh
Um,
yeah, for sure. For
and
sure.
that's why I'm just like I keep talking about the CPU thing, but I'm like, if some random guy, I'm like that programmed other CPUs and characters, I'm like, if they can do that, then I'm like, what can a pro do with it? Like when they get enough time, and it's like this is just someone literally just making a CPU like day by day, and
Right.
I'm like, if someone like that can do it, then it'll be crazy what people do, and it scares me because I do not want to get rolled any more than I do online. And I just know it's going to be one of those characters I'm going to have such a hard time with unless I'm playing like Fox. And I think he just has a really good way of like controlling the pace of like a fight at the same time,
Oh yeah.
just with how like bulky he is. And I think he has a good presence, like
Yeah.
strength wise. Super cool
Yeah.
character.
I think side B is a really good I guess in my idea or in my mind side B is like the perfect definition of a cross up because it stuns the character. You move on the other side and then you're able to like get a hit in. Um, I don't feel like in Smash there's a lot of things that you can do that actually truly crosses up, kind of like how Kazuya's side B does. But maybe
Yeah.
I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking about it totally different. Um,
No, I think you're onto something for sure.
but yeah, side B super cool. Even up B, I've seen people do up B out of shield, and it's pretty
Mhm.
wild how crazy powerful that is too. Even off stage,
Yeah.
like you can catch people off guard
Yeah, I was
if
gonna
they're
say
coming
that's
down.
part of a lot of combos that I've seen just in general and streaming with people is up B because you can get down from it pretty fast, like relatively fast too.
Right.
But yeah, just crazy.
Anyway,
All right,
welcome
sorry.
back.
Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. I actually do have very good internet and 2 Ethernet adapters at all times, but we've been having kind of like a windstorm, so I think that's probably affecting it. But we reset everything. Hopefully, we're good. Yeah, can you hear the game audio, guys?
I cannot.
No, not at the moment.
Okay. Oh, here we go.
There you go.
Oh, there it is.
All right, so I'll go back. I'll continue with Nick for just a little bit.
Sweet, sweet. You may want to turn the game audio down just a touch. I think that's good, yeah. All right. Let's try this again. Hopefully I don't get rolled again. If you see me look off to the side, it's because I'm trying to watch YouTube. Not like watch YouTube, but like, you know, you on YouTube.
You're like, I'm trying to learn a combo right now.
I know.
Like, have the input list and stuff. That's probably what I need. I think just learning this character is going to be a very different approach, even for Smash Bros. Like pros, because I think a lot of Smash Pros are good. Or like, I think there's a decent amount that are generally good in fighting games, but Smash Bros. Isn't like other fighting games in general. So I think for some, it's going to be a very few group of people that like pick up Kazuya like very good.
I think we're having some connection issues again, unfortunately.
No, not like this. There it is.
Oh, it's getting better. All right.
I'm trying to land his
apologize
reflect,
about
but-
that, guys.
So
I
Kazuya has
I guess it is the. Sorry, I was just gonna say. I guess it is the first time that the 3 of us are trying to do this at once.
That's true. I wanted the command grab, man. If you do that at the edge of the stage, such a good move and hits him at such a weird angle, especially for Wolf, but the input's pretty hard.
You can also, if you come down from the air and do the command grab as you land, you can also take them back down with you. Like, you'll grab them at the edge of the stage, but then you'll drop them off the stage along with you.
Oh, I'm not talking about down B. I'm talking about the one where you have to input it and then hit the grab button.
I see.
Yeah, it's a whack it's a whack. It's not a whack input, but it's a very whack angle that he sends you flying at. Oh no, I was hoping to. I just keep going for side smash, and it's not proving to be good.
Yeah, I think learning spacing with Kazuya is going to be a very big deal. It's just funny because I feel like I never have to mention this stuff with like other matchups, but I think his is going to be a very different one in general than like ever before.
Yeah,
I think his spacing and just timing and everything is going to be crazy.
also that's pretty wild. 33% right off the bat.
That's some Incineroar level stuff.
I went for it, chat.
He went for the swag. It's all right. He'll probably get me right here. Knew it. Goes for the swag and gets the lag. I don't know. I'm just kidding.
All right, I'll do one more with Nick.
Sounds good. Yeah, I really want to nail that command grab at like close to the side of the stage. But anyway, Kazuya overall, I'm sure there'll be I feel like they'll nerf some moves, but I feel like for some odd reason, for some crazy reason, they're going to speed him up a little bit. I don't know why. It's just a weird gut feeling.
You think they're going to speed him up a little? You said
maybe some of his like his normal moves, possibly. Maybe some select ones. I just weird gut feeling.
Oh, I got the tech, but I accidentally air dodged after. Nice.
Ooh. Let's get that 30%. 30%. Uh-oh. Yikes.
Oh.
No. Electric Wind God Fist. Oh, come on. Please. Eat.
There it is.
I'm dead. There's no coming back from that.
I like the different animations they got for him.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's very unique to him.
Another thing about the crouch dash, I guess I don't think we've touched on that yet, surprisingly. Crouch dash has 12 frames of invincibility, which is pretty wild.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So I saw someone like there's just this crazy dashing technique that makes you so hard to, and you can like wave dash
Nice.
with them too.
Yeah, so the crouch dash that he has can go under projectiles if you time it right. I don't know if you caught it, but I went under a wolf's shot one time. And also there's a bunch of options.
That's right.
There's a bunch of options out of it too. So you can go into Wind God Fist. You can go into, if you don't move the stick, you can go into a grab. If you hold down after doing the crouch dash, you can come up with the while standing to stun them. If you don't do anything again, you can go into side B. You can go into up B. It's pretty nutty how many things Kazuya has just out of crouch dash. But again, that's like Tekken. You know, they have wave dashing in Tekken too. So they have like the Korean back dash, and then they have like the regular like wave dash essentially, or the crouch dash.
Yeah.
But it's nuts.
Yeah, I've seen some crazy technique with him, like just a lot of random stuff that he has too that I think people will start learning how to work with more. But I think his movement can be optimized like very well. Is one of the cool things, especially on Smash Bros. Like compared to Tekken, it's like there's so many more movement possibilities that I think will be really cool to see.
Mm-hmm. You can chain them together too in this game a little bit. I'm sure somebody will master it to where they're like doing it pretty consistently, but you can kind of chain the crouch dashes together as long as
that's what they're doing, is they're like chaining it like straight across the stage, and they actually move decently fast too.
Yep, so as long as
crazy.
It's all about just making sure the stick returns to neutral, and then you're able to keep doing it over and over again. But it's a weird movement. It's
crazy.
Who's up?
Are we playing more?
Guys want to play a few more? Sure.
I'm down.
I don't know if I'm gonna fight Wolf. I don't know if I'm gonna fight Wolf though.
Oh no! I was thinking I would go Kazuya, or you could go Kazuya, or we could both. Whatever.
Why don't you go Kazuya and I'll play someone other than Kazuya this time? I got my Kazuya games in.
Okay, yeah.
He's good. He's cashed out his Kazuya.
And
I got my games in.
So now Ethan can kind of give like his perspective too, a little bit more on like him using other characters against him.
Yeah.
Guys in the chat, thanks a lot for being here, and please hit that like button for us if you can.
Good stuff, Alex, on the adapter for the better internet. I currently am on Wi-Fi myself, but when we stream, I actually I built a PC, so I don't have my graphics card. But Dawson coming in the clutch with no, seriously, like
the clutch box,
the clutch box, so that we can play some PC games. He got me one for my wife and I's anniversary coming up here this weekend. So shout out to my cousin Dawson. So sick.
let's go, Dawson. Very nice, very nice.
Hey, that one's for you, Dawson, right there. That's sleep.
All you did. Yeah.
Oh,
I think it's interesting seeing a floaty character fight him.
I see Dawson in the chat says, by the way, Carousel is fire. So
Oh, thanks, man.
Shout out to Dom's music as well.
And I've met Dawson before too.
Yeah.
Oh, dang, nice.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
The double. Is he gonna do the meme so I can go, oh baby, a triple?
You know it.
Oh man. Alex says, you mean you don't have at least 1 to 2K for a new graphics card? No, I don't. But my cousin does apparently, so shouts out to him again. Just kidding. I really hope you didn't spend that much money on that. But it is a good graphics card, the one that he got. So. Oh, and funny, just really quick PC story is I bought a power supply and bought the wrong size. It's for a small form.
No,
it's
really?
for a small form factor instead of a regular one. I just need to get different cables for it. But
wow, that was a hard hit.
Yeah, that was
Nice.
pretty nuts.
That's the Jiggly backer for him. I'm turning Jiggly into my new main.
It's going full H box.
I know. I haven't heard his thoughts on it, the Kazuya Jiggly matchup, but I think...
I was watching his stream yesterday, actually, last night.
Did he say anything about it?
Yeah, he thinks he's ridiculous.
Yeah, Kazuya, yeah.
He was playing, so Acebox was playing DeBuzz and Fatality. Also, Fatality had said that apparently his 10-hit combo, if it goes all the way through, if it connects all the way through, that it's like 48 damage.
Oh yeah, I hit almost a lot of it earlier, so but like midway through, there's something you can do to tech out. Sometimes you just get kicked out of it.
Yeah, and it's not too great off stage. Oh my gosh, sweet spot, side smash. Oh my gosh, put him to sleep.
Wow.
Night.
There it is. Let's go.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, so it has like a stun in it.
Right, so that last hit when he does the dragon uppercut, you can't block it. Well, I think Sakurai said that in the video, but just something to mention again.
Yeah, for sure.
There it is. Oh my goodness. I think if there's one move that is going to get nerfed, it's his down B.
It's that one.
Yeah, it's that one. If we have to pick one.
Should probably pick a couple.
There it is. Look out.
Yeah. The up smash out shield's gonna be a pain.
Oh, he's looking for that spike. Getting the multiple down airs. Not going to make it back on stage. Puff takes it for the win.
Oh, no.
Things are not looking good for Ethan. Ethan's got 135. He hits with the up smash.
Nice, nice.
And it's gone!
Dude, that up smash was so fast.
Yeah, it comes out quick. Again.
Oh, Alex says, are we going to play off stream too? Yeah, pretty much every day that ends in Y, Alex. So I was trying to hit you up the other day, man, but straight ghosting.
Aye. I see Dom's also got the Jin Kazama colors. Very nice. Very Tekken 3 of you.
I purposefully went with those too.
Did you? Nice.
Because I absolutely know
what he's talking about.
I know, right?
Absolutely know what Jinya Kazamu is.
Okay.
Making the whole Tekken community mad in one name. Just kidding. We're not here to make communities mad. We're here to bring them together.
We try.
Very impressed. You've got his rest down really good.
I know, it took me long enough.
Also, that F tilt is amazing too.
Oh, I know. Super good. And when the opponent's blocking, it pushes him back a little bit, which is kind of nice. Gives you a little breathing room. Oh, man. This is gonna... Oh.
Didn't hurt that much.
No sweet spot. Dom has got the rage. Is he gonna use it? Oh, man. Blocks the sing into taunt.
You gotta keep an eye out on how long rage lasts.
Nice.
So I was watching Mewtwo King stream, and he tested it. If you get into it goes by percentage. So if you get into the, I think, mid to high 130s, it goes away. Or if you whiff 6 grabs, if you can believe that, it goes away.
Really?
Yeah. Which that is really lenient. Like Sakurai said something like, if you keep grabbing it, you're gonna eventually lose it. But like 6, you have 6 chances pretty much.
No. Oh no. Fine, jump for it.
So I don't think that matchup is actually too bad for Jigglypuff, and I think the big reason why is because Jigglypuff moves so much better in the air than Kazuya does.
Yeah. I think Puff has the upper hand. Not my Puff, but Puff.
Yeah, if you can get Kazuya off stage, he only has one good way of recovering, and that's like going from under the stage. But yeah.
All right.
Well, before we as we start to wrap things up, guys, I thought it would be cool to maybe give some final thoughts on Kazuya, and also it would be cool to maybe do some speculation where you guys think that he would probably end up ranking on the tier list, And then finally, thoughts for our very last DLC fighter, who you think it will be, and who you actually want it to be. Ethan, why don't you start us out? Final thoughts and
Um,
ranking.
yeah. Final thoughts.
Of course it's early to say, right? But
Yeah.
kind of give just like a initial thought on that.
Final thoughts. I think the character. It's hard to. I think there's some moves that need to be worked on more. I do think some of them do, especially for like the command and all that. I think that's sometimes a bit much, but um, I think the character is decently balanced, like movement wise, compared to like power scale. I think it works really well. But I also think the character just has a lot of potential that I don't think casual players will really be able to tap into. Um, and so I think the character is really good. I'm gonna rank it. I don't want to give it like an S tier just because I don't even know what to list it right now because people haven't gotten a hang of it. But just from what I've seen AI do and some combos I've been seeing on Twitter and all that, I would definitely put it at like an A tier for now. I think S tier is definitely possible, but it kind of reminds me of like Fox and Melee or something like that. Like the character just has a really high ceiling that it can get to. And it just comes down to who hits that and then how they're going to handle up like their bad matchups. So yeah, I think I'd get like a solid A and just see what happens from there. But yeah, super excited to see what people do with it.
Yeah, same here. I would also probably say he most likely will fall into high tier. I also think that the majority of the cast falls into high tier as well. Like, and it's just really good too because the game is just like so balanced that there's only a handful of like really bad characters, or not even really bad characters, just like kind of bad. And Kazuya is definitely not one of those. Um, yeah, so I would say not top tier, but high tier, somewhere in there. I was playing a lot of him last night and ran into a Lucina player, and I didn't expect that matchup to be that bad. Um, but yeah, I think he will definitely struggle from time to time with sword characters, and then of course some projectile characters. Really, we talked about just about anyone who makes really good use of their speed and is able to kind of abuse that in the matchup. And then
Yeah.
like Jigglypuff as well, like air mobility is working for you too. That's something that Wolf also has. He's really good, moving, like drifting in the air. And then yeah, I thought there was one more thing, but I think that might just do it for my thoughts. I think I would like to see some nerfs here and there, like Nick had mentioned the down B command grab, and
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I'm really surprised that his recovery isn't worse too. Like I
Oh
thought it
yeah,
was
I
going to
think
be
his
a little
recovery
bit
is
more.
really good actually
Mhm.
for the character.
Yeah.
I just think nerfs are kind of hard to look at right now because I don't think anyone's really tapped into what it can do. And so until we get to like a really high like skill character, it's gonna be hard to tell what's gonna happen, you know, and what's gonna need to be nerfed because I'm sure there are zero to death combos out there. Like I'm pretty sure I've seen quite a few. It's just all about the tech and all that. So who knows? We'll see what happens, but I'm sure there'll be more in the future.
Yeah, for sure. So today is Tuesday. Says, what are each of your guys' mains? Mine is Wolf. I always rep my Wolf shirt or my Wolf sweater for our Smash Bros. Episodes. Also, you got to see a little bit of my Wolf today. But to be fair, again, Nick was playing Kazuya. Um, and I want to say, well, I won't even speak for Nick, but I think I know who your guys' mains are. But yeah, if you guys want to chime in there.
Sure, I'll go first. So my main, I think I have like I feel like I have two. I've always played Dr. Mario since Melee. So I still have him as like just kind of like a back pocket main, I guess, like a secondary main. But I really want to try and learn Kazuya for him to be my new main. But I still, right now, I main Terry, which his recovery is terrible. I feel like Kazuya's recovery is a little bit better than Terry's because of just like the angles that Kazuya is able to grab the ledge at instead of Terry. But yeah, so Terry and Dr. Mario are pretty much my two mains.
Gotcha. Yeah. Oh, and real quick before we throw it over to Ethan, I just really love Pyra and Mithra too. So they're kind of my secondary. Um, they quickly became my secondary. Before that, I switched over and was doing like Wolf and then Fox. But yeah. Also, I think all three of us are pretty decent with a handful of characters. But yeah, Ethan, tell us about it.
Jigglypuff.
Are you really switching over?
Permanently. No other character.
Just straight memeing right now.
Enough said.
No, I like Cloud. Cloud's probably my solid go-to right now. I have a lot of random stuff I do with him, but I like Jigglypuff because if I feel like the clutch is definitely possible at Jiggly, and I think if I get timing done right, I could do really good. So
for sure, it was really cool because in one of like the recent tournaments, it got to grand finals. I can't remember. I don't think it was a Japan tournament. I think it was America. But like it got to grand finals and it ended up being a Cloud versus Sephiroth, and like the crowd was just going hype because like they turned on like some Final Fantasy music,
yeah,
and they're just really excited for that being like part of the final matches. So that was cool.
that's awesome.
That's neat.
But Nick, did you want to give like a ranking and then we can talk about the last DLC character?
Yeah, sure. So I think I agree with everything pretty much that Ethan said. To just make it quick, like I think he's at least right now in A tier just based off of his base moves, like no true combos that we really have yet. There are a couple, I've seen some videos, there are a couple out right now, but I feel like there is more potential for the character to improve as we just over time as patches come out, and just in general. I mean, it's only what, day 2, so there's going to be a lot more to come. So yeah, A tier for me as well.
Yeah, I'm like, look at how long even characters that are in the game from the beginning, like how long it took some people to realize that they're like infinite combos and just random stuff like that. Like it took people a while. Like Link had one at one point, Diddy. So it's just random stuff like that where it's a brand new character, and although the spotlight's on Kazuya right now, I think he'll still take some time. So I think within the next week you'll see a lot more going on.
Yeah,
someone will probably throw it in a tournament.
Yep. Actually, they actually did an invitational like tournament last night. You guys can check that out on VG Bootcamp YouTube channel. So like a bunch of top players, all of them played Kazuya against each other, and so that was pretty cool. Actually, before we get into the last DLC character, one other noteworthy thing was, of course, every time we get a new character, guys, you probably know this, but we get patch notes for the game, so buffs and nerfs and like game fixes. We're still hoping for more online stability fixes for Nintendo and for Smash. That would be nice. They did it one time, but I hope that they continue to improve it a little bit. But anyways, there's like a long list of things, but I think two of the most noteworthy things were Min Min got nerfed just a little bit. I don't think it's going to be like a huge deal, like not at all, but and she's already been nerfed a little bit and still just really good, pretty solid character. Also, I think she's going to be a character that gives Kazuya trouble because of her long range, and it's just going to be a tough time for him, in my opinion. I've also heard that from some other top players. And then the last thing was that Marth got buffed. a few of his moves got buffed, and it's a long time coming for Marth in this game, because actually Marth was very good. He is one of the best characters in Melee. He was also a very good character, or a pretty good character, in Smash 4, and then he's nowhere near what he was in Smash 4. So a lot of people have been wanting some Marth buffs, and I think that's pretty cool. I actually will definitely try and play him a little bit here and there, kind of test out how he feels, because I really like Lucina, and there's really no reason to pick Marth over Lucina, because Lucina is by far superior, but Marth is definitely pretty cool as well. So might try that out. Did either of you have any thoughts on those patch notes, or not really?
In the words of Hungry Box, because I watched a video of him going over it, all the
Yeah.
me fighters are eating good.
Oh yeah.
They all have buffs, and I'm only stoked because I really wish I only play me Gunner just for the Geno skin, because I love Geno, so I might pick him back up again and try doing some stuff with that, because they have buffs. So that's really the only notable thing for me personally.
Yeah, I haven't really looked too much into the buffs or nerfs, but I think it's fine giving like the Mii fighters some extra stuff to go through, because they haven't really had anything in a while. But I think they're fun characters, especially for like casual players, or if you just want to make someone mad. So yeah, I think it's really cool. Um, when it comes to Min Min and Marth, I'm curious like what the exact stuff is, so I'll have to look into that. But I definitely think those two characters. I'm not exactly sure about Min Min, but I'm sure it's a good buff, like an understandable one. But yeah, I definitely think Marth needs some work, because I don't think anyone really plays him over Lucina like at all. So I think giving him some more viability might make the scene a bit better.
It is really awesome to see, because MK Leo played Marth quite a bit. He's the best. He's the best player in the world. For those who don't know, MK Leo, best Smash Bros. Player in the world. He's absolutely insane. But he actually was playing, and Marth isn't even his main, but for a couple tournaments he was going Marth, because just kind of like a callback, because he played quite a bit of Marth in Smash 4, but he was going to some Ultimate tournaments playing Marth, and just like totally like dominating, and like it was crazy, because again, um, Marth really struggles and has like very clear weaknesses, and also with his tipper mechanic, it is very tough to be consistent with that. But of course, he's the best player in the world, and he is very consistent with the tippers.
Yeah.
So that's always been really cool to watch. And so I'm kind of like interested in maybe seeing him playing more Marth going forward. That would be really cool. But okay, guys, let's talk final DLC character. Let's go, Ethan.
Timing it all, I'm a bit curious as to, like, okay, I know what I'd want, like, just because, like, if there's a character I want in Smash, it would be like a Goku or something like that, just because I'm curious how like a power up like mechanic would work in the game. I think could be really cool. Besides that, though, because that's not going to happen. What do I actually think is happening? I think Master Chief might have a decent shot, like maybe, just because Halo Infinite is coming out sooner. I still don't think that's the case, though. I just can't really think of any games exactly that come to the top of my head, but um, yeah, I'm not sure. There's a part of me that doesn't think they're going to add like another fighter character though right after Kazuya, but I do think it's going to be a really big one. Now that it's like the last DLC character. So yeah, I'm more so curious about your guys' thoughts.
And did you already say who you wanted it to be, or?
Goku.
Oh yeah, Goku.
If I
Yeah,
had any shot, it'd be Goku.
yeah, I think that'd be really awesome. For me, I say it every single time, but I would love to see Crash, and I would love to see or Spyro.
I think Spyro would be a funny one to see, like a cool one.
I I just envision Spyro being like a faster version of Ivysaur, kind of like having some similar like characteristics. I
Yeah,
think that'd be really cool.
for sure,
So
for sure.
also one that won't be in there because he's already like a trophy, but I always really wanted Zero from Mega Man. He's basically red Mega Man with a sword.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome. But who do I think it will be? I do think Master Chief does have a decent chance. I actually just thought about this right now, but what do you guys think of the chances are for seeing Ratchet and Clank?
I feel like that's a pretty good guess.
Because didn't the new Ratchet and Clank game just come out as well?
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
could see that. Also, I'd be down with that too.
Yeah, for sure. I think that'd
Yeah.
be cool. I There's characters like I want, but it's just at this rate I know they're not gonna add them. Like I would love more Pokemon, but it's like I feel like they should just do skins at some point and hope for the best. Um, but yeah, Nick, what were your thoughts?
Oh, real quick, shout out to Anthony and Keegan, my friends over there. Hope you guys are doing good. Thanks for tuning in.
What's up, dudes? So yeah, my thoughts. I hope that they do include another fighting game character, just because I feel like this game um brings in with each new DLC, it probably brings in more people from not only like if somebody has been a long time player of, let's say, Tekken now with Kazuya, or let's go back to Terry from Streets of Rage or KOF. I feel like that brings in a whole new audience to Smash, but also maybe people who've been playing Smash a long time who aren't used to command inputs or certain things of that nature that a fighting game normally has. I think it also helps bridge the gap between both, like maybe wanting to get into a different fighting game because of Smash Bros, because they have these characters with command inputs like Ken, Ryu, Terry, and now Kazuya. So I hope that they do have another fighting game character, and that character would be, uh, so you guys probably won't know, but from Guilty Gear, Soul Bad Guy, because the new Guilty Gear came out, and
Mm-hmm.
he's the main
I want to play
character.
that too.
It's a
Been
it's
wanting to play
a
that.
it's a it's a good game with a crazy story. So it could
Do
either
you have
be,
it, Nick?
no, I don't have a PS5, so I don't have Strive. I think I do have one of the older ones for either PlayStation or Xbox. I can't remember. There's been quite a bit, but yeah. So I hope it's either Soul Bad Guy or Kai Kisk, because they're both basically like rivals. It's like it would be Ash Ketchum and Gary Oak. Like
Yeah,
that's basically how their relationship is. So if I had like my pick, it would be someone from that series.
One sec.
Uh, sure. Should I keep going, or should I
yeah,
just?
uh, yeah.
Okay.
Keep going, dude. If you have any more or icons, keep
The
going.
I know this is gonna. I mean, I also agree with I now am starting to think like, yeah, because Sakurai was saying it's going to be something pretty big and it's not going to be for a while. And you saying Master Chief, I actually am starting to lean more towards that. But I was also thinking when he said that, because there's not going to be any more, like he already confirmed there's nothing after this. It's pretty much done. This is the roster now. What if it was actually Sakurai himself? Like, what if he like went so nuts that it was just he put himself in the game, gave himself like his favorite moves? I don't know.
That's
Like,
so lame. That's so lame.
what if it was though? I mean, that would be kind of a nice.
Give him a me fighter.
I was gonna. Oh, that would be pretty wild too. I was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
say it'd be cool to give him like a nice little send off, right? Like this game he's worked on for I don't know how long now, right? Like over 10 years. Just like
I think it'd be cool to
put him
do
in.
like a map for him and like a me fighter and all that.
Yeah.
Everything other than the last DLC character. Like respect for the guy, but yeah, I can't get my head off of Master Chief. Like just, and I didn't know they're saying it's going to be a bit for for the DLC. But the reason I also am considered like a little against Master Chief is because it's so far out, like Halo Infinite. Well, not so far out. It's just like probably like December-ish, and so the idea of it coming out before the game is a little hard to believe. But I definitely think it's possible. I'm not too sure what exactly they would do.
Right.
But there's a lot of stuff they could do, and it's hard to tell what they're gonna pull from. So
Yeah, I am leaning towards like you guys saying Master Chief. I think that's probably what would be the biggest surprise, but it'd be pretty wild if like Sakura actually was the
yeah,
last DLC.
that's a rogue theory.
That's a very rogue theory. That's a hot take.
Yeah,
But I could also kind of see another Mega Man character or Sonic character or another Pokemon character, and I would be happy with either of those three.
they've never done like a Pokemon, but it's funny. Like they have like their main characters or whatever, like that they just don't add anything on with. Like they don't really do any extra Mario characters, or they don't do extra um, like Zelda
Waluigi.
characters.
Oh my
Yeah, they don't
gosh.
do extra Zelda characters. They don't do extra Pokemon characters. And so I just feel like it's going to be something new, but I'm not too sure. It's kind of all over the place, but who knows? I'm just curious to see what they come up with. Either way, I just hope that the character's new enough. Like I like the idea of a Master Chief too, but I'm like I don't want him to be too much like Snake or something like that. Like I wouldn't want that. So it's just
Chat,
finding a balance, I
let us
think.
know. My bad. Chat, let us know who you guys would want to see for the last character for Smash Bros. Did you want to finish your thought, Ethan? Sorry about that.
Well, I think this is kind of something I want to talk about. Microsoft did give Steve, so Master Chief does have a shot. That's the thing too. Is I've been blocking out like Sony, right, in general, because has Sony given a character to this? And I thought Nintendo and Microsoft had some sort of deal in general because they have put Minecraft and all those games and allowed some of those games on Switch. And I think they had like some deal at one point for kind of like a live thing. But either way, I think collaboration between Microsoft is definitely likely, and they have so many big IPs. But yeah, I don't know. I do think there's just a lot on Nintendo too, though, that they could tap into. It's not coming to my head right now. So, but
Yeah.
hey, you never know.
I think the biggest Sony character, and they aren't really Sony, they're like Sega, but Sega I think more does stuff with Sony, is Sonic.
Yeah.
I think that's like the biggest
Like
character.
the closest, definitely.
Yeah, right, the closest is more what I should say, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard
But
to
it's
say.
not like even Sony, like besides like Spyro, like I don't know what they would do. Or Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank, I think, would actually be a really cool one. Like,
Yeah.
I think it would fit really well.
Yeah. My wonder would be like, how do you change? Because he changes guns, that's like his whole shtick is like, the different crazy blasters that he has. How would you work that in? But it's Sakurai. He'll figure it out.
They'd figure it out if they wanted to. But
I was gonna say I saw that and I was
What's
like,
this?
Microsoft Paint, isn't that like I can't remember his name, the little paperclip? Give him that. Give him the move.
I'd want. I wish Cuphead was a character. That's one character I wish was like not a Mii fighter, was like Cuphead. I thought that could have been a really cool one.
Oh, and Dante, rip Dante.
Oh no, yeah, it's sad, but I feel like there's going to be more stuff that they do end up doing with Smash Ultimate besides past this DLC, and that's why I always talk about skins and stuff, because I think it would just revitalize the game, and it's something that they can do for a long time with characters that are already so intricate.
Right, and here's my last hot take too, is like, since this is the last fighter and supposedly they're ending it.
I was just about to go into this. Yeah,
I'm thinking that they're going to do a new project solely based around more fighting game mechanics. I would love to see like a HAL Laboratories fighting game project that is more of a fighting game than like Smash Bros. Just to be like fresh, I guess. I think they could do a good job.
Yeah, like more traditional.
Yeah. Hopefully that didn't steal your thought, Dom. Sorry.
No. Well, let me grab this last. Well, it doesn't have to be the last message, but we will wrap up here in a few minutes. Who is Alloy?
So Alloy is it Horizon Zero Dawn? It's the girl in Horizon Zero Dawn. That would have been a really cool Sony character if I'm thinking of the right person. I've heard a lot of good stuff about that game, but yeah, that would have been cool. Hey, they got on Fortnite. So.
Yeah, it is. It is Horizon Zero Dawn. So before I throw out the last question about is this the last Smash game, which Nick kind of touched on just a little bit, we'll end things on that question. But one thing I did want to point out, which maybe you guys have caught too, and just I think it's an interesting topic, but we won't dive into too deep today. But a lot of people like to say that Sakurai, he always intended for this to be a party game, which is true, but it ended up turning into one of the most popular competitive fighting games out there. And I mean, still to this day, like Melee and Ultimate are going strong. Smash 4 went strong, and so did Brawl. So did 64 and 64 Smash Bros. But anyways, so a lot of people like to say that, because he always just intended it to be a party game, that he doesn't like the competitive scene. And like on our very first Smash Bros. Episode, I mentioned that it's completely not true, because I mean, who is he inviting to like the invitationals? Like, who did he invite for the invitational before Smash Ultimate came out? It was the top players in both Smash 4 and some in Melee. And so like he does pay attention to the competitive scene. Also, some of them, like the developers, they base some of these buffs and nerfs off of the opinions of some of the top players too. So I mean, I just want to throw that out there, as well as the fact that it's really interesting in some of these new like videos for like the introduction for some of our fighters. Sakurai has been starting to talk about frame data, which is something that he wouldn't have done previously, and it's just like using just like certain terminology that the Smash community has kind of like made up. So that's been kind of interesting to see. Did either of you have any quick thoughts on that?
I don't really. I mean, I do
Okay.
notice I noticed the change, and it's kind of nice. You were like,
Yeah.
you like cut.
I don't know. The thing is, for me, I do like the competitive scene, and I think most times I play the game ends up being competitive. But also, some of the best memories I have had is just it being a party game, and so I definitely understand both sides of it. But yeah,
Oh yeah,
Smash Bros.
don't get me wrong. Don't get me
No.
wrong. It is and can be both, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah. But that kind of goes into the next thing, which is I forgot, but
Yeah,
I think
is this going to be the last game?
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna have to do another one at some point. Like, it's kind of inevitable too, but it's also at the same point where I don't think they need to do another game. Like, the Switch can't go. It doesn't need to go any further. Like, to be honest with you, like for a Switch console and the games that it should be playing, unless you want to optimize it to play games like shooters and all that, with like a Switch Pro, Smash Bros doesn't need to change at all. I think this is probably the best it's going to get. So I don't think they need to make a new game, but they definitely need to add more content to this game. They they should be adding more fighters. I feel, but if not, they should be keep adding some things so that the game's more personable to people. And so, yeah, I just think that's kind of how it's going to be. But I think the idea of making another game, it's just not always the best option. Like it's just a lot of work for what really. So it's not like they're going to take characters out. That would just be going backwards. So why not just do another DLC? But yeah, I think going forward, I don't think they're going to do another game. So many games these days don't have to be honest. Like DLCs are just such a big thing now, and I think in the long run you make more money. So I think it's going to stay this way for a while. And even if they do have a new Switch, I don't think they'll need to optimize it anymore. Then I don't think there's anything graphically you can buff with Smash Bros. So I think it'll stay this way for a while. It's just what else are they going to add, and what other ideas are they going to have?
Yeah, I think those are some good points for sure. My theory is that Ultimate will live on for a few more years. I'd say, if I had to guess, I'd say between 3 to 5 more years, like a strong competitive scene and following. But that's only with part of the my theory is that I think that there is going to be another Switch. I mean, they pretty much confirmed that there is and that there will be sooner than later. But I do think that they will have some kind of update, maybe like, I think I heard maybe Hungrybox or someone. Yeah, I think it was Hungrybox talk about like Smash Ultimate, like HD, or just like kind of like a 2.0 type of thing where it's the same game, but it's updated. And I think that would definitely involve, like Ethan mentioned, more skins. I don't really want there to be many more characters. I mean, I think the cast is already too big in my opinion, even though I really like having a lot of variety, and I don't want to lose the variety. I just kind of wish that there were fewer characters. Um, but the interesting part about that is that it makes the game a little bit more difficult, because it forces you to learn a lot more matchups and get comfortable with all the different characters and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it'll live on, and I think that it will at least have like an update or something for Smash Ultimate going forward, and for like the new Switch. And then, yeah, I don't know.
If I were to
I'm not
call
I'm not sure.
anything,
I'm not sure if there will be another Smash Bros later on, but
yeah,
yeah, I'm just gonna say that the Ultimate will continue to go strong for a little while longer. But yeah,
yeah.
Ethan.
If I'm calling anything after they get this last character out, I think next thing they're adding before any cosmetics or anything like that is just going to be another story mode like campaign to it. I think that's very likely for some reason, just because that was like a huge selling point of the game when it first released, and I think they still definitely like the idea of that. And even though it wasn't like crazy receptive, like I never played through the whole thing, I definitely think it's just something people forget about, and I think it's something that they might try to make like a legitimate story out of, um, instead of just like a wave thing of trying to, beat all these AIs with spirits. I think they might try to do like a legitimate kind of story, like they did with Brawl. Like they kind of had like cinematics and like legitimate stuff. So I think
Yeah,
that's more. I think that's very likely. If I were to see them adding anything else.
and they'll continue to improve. Like I said, maybe not a whole lot, but I do think that they will continue to improve like the online system and server, and like some like game mechanics here and there, just to try and improve the experience for everybody. But Nick, let's close out with your thoughts.
So I think I agree. I think Ultimate will be around for a while, if not a long time. I think if they do plan to do anything, if like a Switch Pro comes out, or a Super Nintendo Switch, as some people have been calling it, um, I with that chip built into it, I had talked about it like in a previous episode. You could take you could take Ultimate as is, and it just upscales it already. And if Ultimate was to make a new game, it would basically be like a definitive edition. I feel like it would be if you just missed out for the past couple of years or so of all these DLC characters. It's just going to be one game, so that somebody can buy it with the new Nintendo Switch Pro or whatever. But I also think, based off of the trend of like Super Monkey Ball, but what is it called? Super Monkey Ball
Banana Blitz or something. Yeah,
is it Banana Blitz?
I think so.
I think I think there's a bad Monkey Ball game called Banana Blitz, but maybe I'm getting it confused with something.
There's Banana Blitz, and then there's 2 Banana Blitzes, I think.
Okay. Well, anyway, I'm getting off track. I think if they were going to do anything, it would be so cool for them to just make a pack where it's Smash Bros. 64, Smash Bros. Melee, Brawl, and probably just those 3. Because Smash 4 is just Smash 4 or Smash Ultimate is like Smash 4.
Careful.
It's Smash 4 like 1.5, right? Like it's I mean, come on. No?
Smash 4 is definitely the worst one.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree.
It is my opinion, but
I do think Nick is onto something though. Like there
was that would be awesome. That'd be awesome.
I think that would be cool.
There wasn't. I definitely think it's possible, just because I think, especially between like Smash 4 and Ultimate, it wasn't like a crazy jump, like character wise and all that. Like visually, it wasn't that crazy of a jump, but I definitely think. Again, they rework stuff, and when they make a new game, that's what they do, is they rework things. But at the end of the day, it's the same style, and that's kind of the thing going throughout all the games. But
right.
That's just the thing is, I do hope they do that, but I would want them to keep it the original instead of going through and like fixing everything. Like,
I can't imagine why they would go through and like
try to rework stuff.
Fix it.
From,
no,
like, back in Melee. I think that would be terrible. But
I think it would be crazy if you could like turn it like if there was a Switch Pro and it had the capability to like kind of like how the Master Chief Collection, you can switch it from old graphics to HD. That would be pretty wild to awesome. Switch from like 64 graphics to HD, or Melee graphics to HD, or Brawl graphics to HD. Like that would be pretty nuts. Smash 4, like you don't need it because Ultimate, is the superior version. That's my feelings going forward is that if anything, they would do something like that to give to fans and hopefully maybe improve the netcode or servers or whatever it is that's kind of like limiting it currently in its state. So I hope for that. I really do.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. In either case, I think we're all very excited for the future of Smash Ultimate, and we're looking forward to playing some more games here in the future on the stream, talking about it more on the podcast. And yeah, we've got one more character coming out, so that'll be really exciting to see who that is. But yeah, guys, thanks a lot for today. I thought it was a good show. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I think we're going to sign out. We'll see you guys later.
See you guys.